All right, so we're gonna do a full face of first impressions. I have a ton of stuff. I think I have something for everything, I think. So I'm gonna start out with this Sicily primer. This is the famous primer that Jeffree Star talks about, Jaclyn Hill talks about, Nikki Tutorials. This is the Double Tensure Long-Term Gel Primer. So I just have a sample. I went to the counter and I was like, can your girl get a sample? Because this is $200 primer. And I'm just curious, like, is it really that good? Okay, so in case you're curious, it is gel. So definitely gel, it's not milky. I don't know if this would be kind of like good for pores. It has a spa-like scent. Not overpowering, but I can definitely smell it. What is that scent? It smells like a spa. It feels like a gel. There's a little bit of a tack to it, which I've heard people say, which I'm hoping will grab onto my makeup. So I usually would do a pore primer, but I'm not gonna do that just because I really wanna see how this works. So definitely super tacky. So let's go ahead to foundation. Now I tried this one time. This is the Skin Feels Good by Lancome. I purchased this myself from Sephora and I tried it yesterday and I really, really like it. I do want a little bit more coverage, so I am gonna mix it in with the MAC Studio Fix, just the regular. I find that mixing a really dewy, lighter coverage foundation with a full coverage one is kind of better for me because I can get oily, especially in the summertime. Woo, this is sticky. So I hope that this blends well. So I have, let's see, 25W beige and I have NW25 in this. So hopefully we can get a good match. This, I'm just going to apply it. Also, if you notice my nose ring, I have my nose pierced. A lot of you were asking me on Snapchat. I had my nose pierced when I was younger. I also had my lip pierced. Still have a scar right there. Anyways, the day I turned 18, I was like, fuck you, mom and dad. I'm going to get my nose pierced. It was like one of those things. By the way, I'm going to start with this beauty blender on one side and then I might use a brush on the other. But so my parents weren't really strict, but they wouldn't sign for me to like get a tattoo or a piercing before I was 18. And in hindsight, I'm very thankful for that because when you're young, you make stupid decisions. And you know, like I got a tattoo the day I turned 18 and I don't hate it now, but I would rather not have it. It's a tramp stamp. It's a butterfly. I don't really care because being almost 30 now, like, I mean, I'm not walking around with like my tramp stamp hanging out, if that makes sense. Let's see. Okay, so we did that on one side. Maybe I'll try a brush. This is a Juvia's Place 113. I don't even think they sell these anymore, which kind of bums me out. So anyways, my parents wouldn't sign for me, so I got my nose pierced when I was 18, and I had it for maybe like 5 years, I want to say. And I had a stud in my nose, and I had a stud in my lip, and then I went to a ring in my lip. Anyways, as trends go, I was like over it. I forget. I think right around when I met Ian, I was just kind of like coming out of my partying stage. I was really kind of a party girl from like 18 to 23 maybe, I'm not sure. I actually like it with a brush. It looks more dewy with a beauty blender, but I'm not trying to be like, I feel like it's accentuating my pores. So anyways, I took my rings out and then recently I really was just like, you know what, I kind of want my nose ring back. So I went to go get it pierced and re-pierced, and the guy was like, you know, where do you want it? And I was like, really, I want it in the same spot that I had before so I don't get like double scarring. And he goes, oh, you had it before? And I was like, yeah. He goes, how long did you have it? And I told him and he goes, well, it's probably still open. Like sometimes it is. And I was like, oh, okay. So he took like this kind of stretching rod. He was like, you're gonna feel some pressure, and he just like pulled it through. So even having it out for like 5 years or maybe more, it never closed up. So I didn't have to re-pierce it. I didn't have to do any of like the aftercare, which was... So anyways, I put it back in and then I had a stud in. A bunch of you guys were like, oh my God, when did you get your nose pierced? And so that was kind of the backstory. And then I just went yesterday to the mall and picked up a ring. I never had a ring in my nose. So I was like, you know what, let me try it. And I just switched it out. And so we'll see how that goes.
So I'm doing a voiceover for this portion because my camera was out of focus when I was sitting back talking, so it only showed the clips up close. You could still see me applying the product, so I wanted to mention I'm using the new MAC eyebrow styler. This is basically just like a brow wiz. So I'm lining under my brows, and then for the pomade that I'm using, I really like it. This is the new LA Girl Brow Pomade. I am in the shade Taupe, and I really like this. It's very soft, and so you don't have to dig, kind of like with the Benefit. Sometimes you have to really press hard. This is very creamy and soft, very pigmented, but it did last through my workout, so I'm pretty excited. And then I just finished off the tail end and the inner corners with the brow product from MAC, which is the eyebrow styler. I'm in brunette on that one. So I like both of these brow products a lot. I'm so sorry my camera was out of focus for this portion.
All right, next up I have a palette from Tarte. This is their new Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust palette. Packaging is really cute, really glittery. I know that's kind of like the theme of everything now, so I'm just gonna do a pretty neutral look. Here are the shades inside. It's looking like a kind of modern Renaissance vibes, just like a mauve-y neutral palette. So we're just gonna play with this and see what we can come up with. All right, I'm gonna start with the shade Frolic right here. It's just like a light tan, and I'm gonna use a G17 from Morphe. And we're just going to use this to start off. You don't always have to use a transition shade. It's just kind of the easier route. So I'm just going to blend this into the crease. Kind of gonna take it out a little bit. Just kind of really blow it out because this is nice and light. Before we go in with like deeper shades. Also gonna go on the lower lash line. I'm not gonna do anything like crazy because we're just testing out stuff. I always feel like the need to like do crazy looks, like different looks, but when you're testing out stuff, we're really just trying to see how it performs. All right, now I'm gonna go into the shade Wonder, which is like a deep brown, and I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna start kind of adding some depth to the outer corner. You know, Tarte is one of those brands where it's just really for the everyday consumer. And I know that a lot of times people are like, oh my God, it's neutrals, it's so boring. But, you know, they're doing what's selling probably, number one. And number two, when you go through, well, when I go through like my family members' makeup collection or friends when I used to work at the bar, you know, people have like a couple neutral palettes and that's like kind of it. So I'm not saying everyone, I'm just saying the majority of people that are working, you know, 9 to 5s or whatever, they're most of the time gonna reach for this neutral kind of palette. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a R38 and I'm just gonna do some blending just to kind of soften everything. I think I got a little bit crazy with that dark one, but that's okay. It's like a nice blown out smoky eye. Okay, now going in with a R39, I'm gonna go into that same shade Wonder, and I'm gonna just start adding on this outer, probably outer half, 3/4 of my bottom lash line. For the inner corner, I'm gonna mix this gold shade also with this middle shade that's a little bit lighter. I don't typically put like shimmery shades on my lid because I have such a small lid unless I cut the crease, and I feel like we've just seen like a saturation of cut creases. So I'm just gonna apply some, ooh, right here. This is nice and pigmented. I have this new liner from Jouer. This is the Kitten Liner, Matte Jet Black. Let's see if it is matte, because most of these are not, which is kind of like the bummer. All right, so I did my wings. I don't know if I'm in love, but it was okay. It's just not gonna replace my favorites. So now I'm gonna go in with the Smoky Mama mascara from Mally. I really like this mascara a lot. And Mally's kind of known for having a nice mascara, so we're just gonna prep for some false lashes. All right, for lashes, I wanna try these new Silk lashes from Salon Perfect. These looked kind of nice and dramatic and wispy. Okay, so I put the lashes on. I like them. I think they're pretty. So I'm going in now with the MAC Aaliyah bronzer. Look how beautiful this looks. It is in the shade Baby Girl. I'll give you a close-up of it. It has shimmer in it, but I don't mind that, so I'm gonna use that to bronze up the skin. I'm gonna use this big brush from the Tarte collection, and let's just see. This bronzer looks pretty light, I will say that. It's giving me some warmth though. Definitely is warm. I wouldn't say orange, but it's like a light warmth. So overall, I think it's pretty. I don't know if I'm like mind blown, but I kind of feel like my base looks weird. Is it that damn primer? I feel like my skin looks kind of bad. I don't know if it's because I didn't use a pore primer or that sticky base, so we'll see. But I like this, not like in love. For blush, I'm dying to go into this by Terry palette. This was sent to me, which I was really surprised. So I'm gonna go in maybe with this brush from Tarte. I'm just going to kind of tap over a few of the shades, the brighter shades. There we go. Ooh. This is really pretty. It's like a, oh my God, did I just go, I just went way too much with blush. Calm it down, girl. You guys know I love blush, but whoo. Okay, moving on to highlight. I'm gonna go in with the new Anastasia Dream palette. I bought this off Sephora, and I'm trying to decide what colors, because these like shift. So we have like a goldy pink. This one's like a really pink one. And that one's pretty. Yeah, these like shift. Ooh. Okay, I think I'm gonna go in with this one, which is Sunshine in the middle. Just gonna use this Tarte brush just because we're testing. And these are beautiful, as usual. I'm not surprised. Pretty sure I'm gonna love this just because I love her glow kits. So I'm gonna move on to lips. This is a new Jouer cream lip liner in the shade Nude. I'm not really sure if it's new, but it's kind of newer to me. They just sent me the PR, so I'm gonna line my lips with this. I like this shade. So I have this Aaliyah lipstick in Try Again. This looks a little bit deep, so I might just use this kind of like on the outer corners. Oh, maybe it's not as deep as I thought. No, it translates a little bit lighter on the mouth. Okay, and then I have this gloss in Brooklyn Born. This is just like a glittery lip gloss. So, ooh. Pretty. And who doesn't freaking love Aaliyah? So sad, man. All right, guys, so that is everything that I tried out today. So overall, I don't know about the freaking primer. And I think it might be because it is a dewy primer. It's very sticky, that maybe I need to just use it with a matte foundation. So I will try it again and let you guys know. So iffy about that. The Lancome I do like. It is much more hydrating and luminous for the summer months. And if you need a little bit more coverage, you can spot conceal, or as I do, I just use a matte foundation to help kind of around my redness. Eyeshadow palette, really nice for neutral lovers. If you're a neutral lover, it'll do the job. I mean, it's got some nice shimmers, some pinks, some golds, some champagnes, and then some nice matte colors. Lashes are okay, liner's okay, nothing that I would like go crazy about. Let's see, the blush, I do like the blush. I think I applied it with that brush, and this brush is like, I just applied it way too much. The bronzer I like, it's a little bit light, So I wish they had a darker shade, which they might, and I just didn't get sent it. So I like that. The highlighting palette, definitely love. The lipstick, love the lip gloss. So overall, oh, love the brow products, love the brow products. So standout products for me would be the Lancome Skin Feels Good. The brow products were really good, specifically the LA Girl brow product, the lip colors from MAC, and the blush palette. So I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you want me to do more, I can definitely do it. Just more chill, casual, telling you a little bit of updates about my life and trying new products. I think I was putting too much pressure on myself, thinking that I had to do like crazy cut creases and really interesting stuff. But if you really just want to see how the products work, I can show you and do first impressions like this. So let me know if you enjoy this video down below, and which products have you tried or do you want to try or look interesting to you. I think I found some new winners today, specifically those brow products, man. That LA Girl brow gel, I'm like all about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.